So, hey hello all, welcome to Science Books Review. Today I'm gonna mention all the books which I have read in the May and June month of this 2024. It's not actually a lot. I have only read three books in this main time. So this video is going to be very short. So now let's get into it. The first book which I do have read here is Crossroads of Twilight. This is the 10th book of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. And this book does have a lot of hatred among the fandom, and I'm one of them. I actually dislike this book. There is nothing moving on in this storyline. All the characters being there in the same place, and the plot doesn't attain any progress at all. Lot of main characters does disappear from this storyline. So yeah, not an ideal start to this month, and I would give this solid 1 out of 5. And the next book which I do try is The Knife of Dreams. This is the 11th book of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. And this is the final book which have been written by Robert Jordan in the series. And many fans does have a lot of respect for this book. But I do tend to disagree. This book is not actually perfect. This is somewhat an average book. But the ending of this book is somewhat really very spectacular. I do think a lot of booktubers does rate this book slightly higher because this is the final book of Robert Jordan. Maybe some of the emotional connections for them. Actually, I don't personally love the writing of Robert Jordan, so I didn't felt any emotions. And I do think this book is somewhat average, a lot better than the final four books which have written by now. But still, I do feel this is somewhat slightly overrated. And the next book which I do tried is The Gathering Storm. This is the 12th book and it has been written by Brandon Sanderson. Man, Brandon Sanderson is the best thing which does happen to the Wheel of Time series. He's been right. His writing is what freaking awesome, dude. This is the first book which I do tried of the writing of Brandon Sanderson. I haven't tried any Mistborn or Warbreaker, any of the Brandon Sanderson fantasy books because I'm a little bit hesitant to try the fantasy series which does use to magic as the core element. But man, this book is somewhat really very awesome. I do rank this book 5 out of 5. I do love this book a lot. Yes, this would turn out to be one of my favorite books of all time too. And I forgot to mention the rating for this Knife of Dreams. I would give 3 out of 5 here. So yeah, that's all the books I have read, and I do want to mention some of the fantasy series which I have watched by now in this 2 months. The first thing which I do watched is Spartacus TV series. I never watched anything other than Game of Thrones till now, and Spartacus TV series is the I haven't watched the whole series. I do watched one of my regional YouTuber does explain the whole story in a 12-hour long video, and I do watched every episodes. Man, these are freaking awesome, dude, and I do really miss them. All the characters, Crixus, Gannicus, are all the female characters which I can't able to name by now. Every character is somewhat freaking awesome. And if someone doesn't mention in this video, in order to make a separate video for Spartacus, I will try to make a separate video for that television series. If you haven't watched that TV series, you are missing out, dude. Do watch them. The cinematography is somewhat really awesome. So yeah, don't miss out that series. And the next thing which I do try is Wheel of Time season 2, and I do thoroughly impressed with all the efforts which I have done in the storyline, because in the first season things doesn't turn out to be really very well, but here everything falls perfect, and they have altered the plot, which does improve the storytelling on a whole next level. So if you have watched the season 1 and not satisfied with them, do continue watching the season 2, which you can able to understand the whole potential of the Wheel of Time series. And now I want to end up the video with all the books which I'm going to try in the next 2 months. The first thing which I do wanted to try is The Towers of Midnight. This is the 13th book of the Wheel of Time series and the penultimate book. I do think this series is going to have an awesome conclusion to it. Can't wait to read all these books. So yeah, hope that everything would fall into place, and I would love this series by the very end. And the next thing which I don't wanted to try is the Memory of Light. Man, it has been 15 months by now where I do started to read Wheel of Time series. After a very long time, I am going to reach the actual end, and I hope Brandon Sanderson will do a better job out here because the Gathering Storm book is been somewhat perfect here. So I have a lot of hopes on Brandon Sanderson. Hope he won't disappoint me. And after that, I do wanted to try the Chronicles of Narnia. This has been sitting in my shelf for nearly 2 years by now. I have read it by Stephen King and all the books of Joe Abercrombie, and I'm going to finish the Wheel of Time series. In the all the meantime, I've been reading this Chronicles of Narnia, and I can't able to finish them. I don't think after finishing Wheel of Time series, I can be able to finish this book. So yeah, it is somewhat a burden for me right now. And the next one, which I do wanted to try, is Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. I already know the story of this book, but still I do wanted to try the classic literature. So yeah, I have read 150 pages of this book, so hope I would finish this soon enough. So yeah, that's all the plan. Hope you guys all enjoy this video, and if you have any other book series which I do wanted to try, do mention that in the comment section. I do wanted to try the author John Gwen and Brandon Sanderson Bisborn. I don't know which thing is to actually choose. So yeah, I'm planning out on them. So yeah, that's all the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can check out my previous videos right down here. So until then, tada, bye bye. I will meet you soon. Cheers. Happy reading to you all.